Hey y'all, it's Don. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to have a candid conversation with you about what it's been like to have my LCSW. A lot of people aspire to have their LCSW and really want to know what it's like. Does things change? And so I don't have a script or anything in front of me. I just really want to be candid about my experience with having my LCSW, as well as just my thoughts about it. I thought in my mind there would be this aha moment of, wow, suddenly, and I know it sounds naive, but I think I was going to have this increased clinical confidence. And that didn't happen. I mean, I'm generally confident in my ability, but I just thought it would take it to another level. It did not. I think there was a sense of confidence that happened in the sense of being able to say I'm a clinical social worker, because one question that I get a lot, well, not a lot, but some, is, oh, do you have your clinical license? Like, there's always this distinction when you say, oh, I'm a clinical social worker, or oh, I'm a licensed psychotherapist, or what have you. There's always this question of, are you a clinical social, are you a licensed clinical social worker? Do you have your clinical license? That's what people always ask. That's in some leadership role or in like a hiring manager role. So it always felt good to say yes to that, because that's the main criteria for a lot of clinical positions and even a lot of medical social work positions that's in hospitals, or that's in different health agencies or private firms or what have you. So that always felt good to say. It felt good to say, yes, I have my clinical license. Now what? I have my accredited degree. I have my clinical license. I'm ready to go. So yeah, so that felt good. What did not feel good was, I thought that there would be this sense of leadership that I would receive, and I think I thought I would be viewed as an expert in my field, but that didn't really happen. And not to necessarily an expert like, oh, I know all there is to know, but respected in the sense of being able to make independent decisions and things of that nature. It really was, this reality of, you still work for someone, so you ultimately need to do what they want you to do. So there was a lot of educating of why I can or cannot do something. There was a lot of, I found myself in a lot of ethical dilemmas, which I didn't think I would be in. And so for me, that was really discouraging. So yeah, that's kind of what this last year has been. I don't know if it has more to do with my previous employer than it did just having the license, but I just thought that certain things would happen with the license and I wouldn't have to worry about other things, but that wasn't the case. So how do I feel now having my clinical license? In some ways I felt duped, because I still had to, like, with my last role and even like current roles, I had to negotiate a decent salary. Like, that wasn't just offered, like, hey, you have your LCSW, here's, and I'm being generous with this number, 60K. I found myself having to negotiate out of the 40s range with the LCSW, and that just seemed bizarre to me. And that's also like another issue within social work that I could talk more about in another video, has just been, you know, being paid my worth. I also think that since obtaining my license, it's even smaller of a pool in terms of race and gender. So there's not a lot of men in the field, which I'm totally fine with because I'm pro women, but you know, but the race piece, I think, is just kind of a real shortage and disparity worth highlighting because our clients look different. Our clients are from various backgrounds, so it's important for the clinicians to reflect the patient and client population. And that is not the case in our field. And so when I, reached from the master's level to the clinical level, there was this sense of loneliness. There's also this sense of duty to really lift as I climb. And so I've been intentional about mentoring and providing advice and providing a lot of free services to people. I think there's a difference between mentorship and service. So one thing I will say is I do feel called to provide more formalized services for aspiring clinicians as well as current students. So I recently made a big cartel account where you can book an appointment with me. I am having one-on-one calls that's an hour long at the rate of $50 an hour. And during those calls, I will be working very closely with you to kind of construct various messages, editing or creating documents from scratch, communicating your needs, etc. So if that's something that you're interested in, please feel free to visit the link in the description box and I'll be more than happy to work with you. That's important to me because I did not have a supervisor that looked like me. I did not have an advisor that looked like me. And what that did was it made me, I did not receive the best clinical supervision. I'm in the process of being able to offer those services. I also did not receive the best academic advising. There were things that I should have been told by my advisor that I was not told. There were things that my advisors and student affairs coordinators should have done that were never done. I mean, I'll never forget. I was interested in applying to MSW fellowships. My advisor had not even known that those existed. So I had to navigate that and educate my advisor, who's a faculty member, who's making over $86,000, if not over $90,000 a year, and was not really meeting me where I was at. And that was another thing. My advisor was not supportive in me getting my doctorate and was apprehensive for whatever reason, for no reason, I should say, because I had taken multiple classes with her, aced those classes. I co-facilitated a course, went very well. I was a part of the scholars program that she directed, and I was not mentored properly. I was not taken care of properly, and that was not okay to me. That never should have happened. I did not deserve that, and I paid it over and over in my head of what could I have done differently? What were areas of growth? Because I'm all about taking accountability and being responsible for my actions. And there were none. And that's also the race piece that's so important. So many black people, and I'm only going to speak from the black perspective because I am black. But so many of us, and I can't speak for every black person, so please don't comment in the comment section about it. I won't even entertain it. I'll delete it and block you. I believe so many black people have been deceived that everything's going well, that and we're checking off all of the boxes, we're doing everything that we're told to do, and it still is not enough. There's still something wrong. There's still doubt. There's still the denial. There's still the lack of support. And that's not okay. And that's why I am passionate about providing social work education and consultation services to aspiring licensed clinical social workers of all races, of all genders, of all underrepresented backgrounds, even represented backgrounds. I am passionate about making sure that people are adequately helped. And I receive so many messages from you all each day. And I am here to make sure that you don't feel the disappointment I felt in the short time I've been a licensed clinical social worker. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below if you're LCSW, what it's been like for you. If you are in the profession but not licensed, I want to hear your experience as well as a student, as a professional. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and until I see you next time, be you, be great.